Bitcoin is going to see one of its biggest breakouts ever since the creation of Bitcoin. You might think this is sounding really crazy, but I'm not kidding you. This is not clickbait. I'm going to show you what only happened in 2017 and is about to happen here once again. And of course, we're also going to talk about some altcoin trades, and I'll show you also some current trades. So make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, you like this video, and activate the notification bell so you will never miss out these really important updates. And now let's directly jump into today's content here. I want to start off with something also pretty crazy that happened yesterday, and that was that Warren Buffett's company dropped, the stock dropped by 99.97% from $627,000. I had actually to look up if that is the correct number that the stock is worth, and it dropped to $185. So there were some people that were able to get filled orders at this price. And when the glitch, so it was a glitch, there was supposedly it was a glitch. When the price came back to its natural pricing, these people made millions of $1,000 investment. So imagine you would have bought 5 shares for $185, and then 6 hours later, one share is worth again $600,000. You made $3.6 million. $3 million in a matter of 6 hours. So this is insane. That's what was yesterday happening. So yeah, some people say it was a glitch. Some people have some other theories around that. But yeah, it was just funny that I saw this yesterday. Something else is going to happen that will massively impact the crypto space here once again, because we have seen this in the past happening. So what I'm talking about is that banks are sitting on $507 billion in unrealized losses. So that to give you a better understanding what that means, unrealized losses is basically the same on leverage, you know. So I'm gonna just show you quick here my BYBIT trade. So here, that you see unrealized loss. I'm $3,700 in an unrealized loss on Bitcoin, on my Bitcoin position. So it doesn't mean that I lost this money. If I close the trade, then I realize the loss, then I actually lost it. So banks, but with banks, it's a little bit different, you know. So because it works the same way like with a cross position, you know. So you can only drag so much of a loss until you get margin called and liquidated, you know. So banks are sitting on $517 billion of unrealized losses within the banking system. And here you see the FDIC says 63 lenders are on the brink of insolvency. So what that means is they have taken a credit line from a lender. So like I said, it is like a leverage position where you also lend money from the exchange to get a certain amount of leverage. They did basically the same thing. They went to lenders and said, hey, give me $1 million, give me $1 billion, give me $10 billion that I can open $100 billion position. So they use 10x leverage, you know. So the lender said, yeah, okay, you're a bank, no problem. Here's the money, you know. So maybe it was somebody like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Chase, who knows, you know, Deutsche Bank, all these kind of banks, you know. So now what happened was they must have some degens also in their department that they took too much risk on, and now sitting on these massive losses. So now what's going to happen? These lenders, if they don't get bailed out, or let me put it this way, if the banks realize the loss, not only is the bank losing money, also the lenders that gave them the money are losing money, because the bank might be insolvent and cannot pay the money back to the lenders. So it's not only the bank going bankrupt, it's the maybe one or multiple lenders at the same time. So now, why is that good for crypto? It's really simple. The US government has to step in here once again, as I did many times in the past, and bail the banks out to avoid basically a financial catastrophe that will have ripple effects across the global financial system. And for that simple reason, they need to print money again. What does happen if the US prints money. When the printer goes brrr, everything goes up. So here we are on the brink to see another massive event where the money printer has to be turned back on and basically to flood the market with new printed money, which of course will have a bad effect on inflation because it will increase inflation again. So the inflation number will go up. But they have to do it. Otherwise, the financial system in the US is going to collapse. And once they are turning the money printer on again, this will last again for 4, 6, 8, 9, maybe 12 months until they have bailed everybody out. And then, of course, in the meantime, this money is flowing in other assets. And one of them will be crypto. Crypto is a risk asset, but risk mode will be completely on because everybody knows it doesn't matter. Everybody gets bailed out. Let's put some money in it. And this is the kind of mentality that people will have once this is going to happen. Then something else is contributing to that big breakout that's going most likely to be happening here over the next couple of weeks is a post from Plan B, where Plan B says the 200-week moving average is at $36,000 right now and rising. But do you see the red dot? What usually happens after the first red dot? So now we go back here to 2017, first red dot. It is the start of the expansion phase and the velocity expansion of the price, where price is just starting to skyrocket to the upside. In 2017, here in 2020, and now we have our first red dot. And that usually means we enter the hot phase of the market, where we have a couple of months of basically up only. Of course, within that we have some retracements, but if you zoom out on a monthly time frame, then it's up only. The real reason why we're going to see a massive explosion is something that you can see in this chart here. So what you have here, you have the Bitcoin price action with its blow-offs, the blow-off tops, and here this green line, this green white line, is the M1 money supply. So what is the M1 money supply? The M1 money supply is all money in circulation in the US. Everything what you have in your bank account, savings, currencies, that is the M1 money supply. So the M1 money supply, every time when the money supply went up, so the money supply increased, we saw a massive run here in crypto across the years. See here in 2013, we had a massive run when the supply here sharply went to the upside. We got the first blow off top, then we got a second blow off top. Then we had a decline. Then we had another run in 2016, 2017 with a massive blow off top. Then last time we did not really had a blow off top. There was no blow off top. So, but now look here the last time where we increased the money supply because we also did not get here a higher high on the money supply like the last time compared to the other times. Now we have for the first time since 2017 created a new higher high on the money supply. So which means we are most likely poised to see another blow of top run like we have seen in 2017. So because these runs, they last for quite a while. So here we basically had a quick pit stop. But you see overall here on that monthly chart, sorry, 2 monthly charts, 2 monthly chart that we had here for, let's see how long. So 6 months, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 months. And then in 2020, we had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 months. So we have between 16 and 18 months of a run until we get a blow off top. So we are only in 4 months right now. So that means we have 12 months, potentially more, 10 to 12 months before we see the final blow off top. But the massive breakout that we are waiting for might be happening way sooner than that. I'm going to show you from where I expect that when we go here now to the Bitcoin chart. So first of all, we are getting closer to our spring level here on the daily chart in the Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern. And I expect that the massive breakout is going to happen once we are breaking here above 70 $71,500. That is the level where we got multiple times rejected. Here, this is a deviation in my opinion. And here also we got rejected from there. And once we are breaking through that and can close a daily candle above that level, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a massive expansion phase and price velocity to the upside. And I don't believe that we're going to stop at $75,000. I believe we go way, way higher than that. Another reason for that is pointing to that scenario is that here on the daily chart, we are forming right now an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So the inverse head and shoulders pattern is defined by a left shoulder, then a head, and a right shoulder that is higher than the left shoulder. The target of that inverse head and shoulders pattern is all the way up here at $86,700. You see, I made here a take profit zone because I don't want to take it all the way up to the target here because maybe we don't reach the target. So I want to start taking profit around $85,000. That is again a really round number in a psychological level. I just want to avoid that because I'm greedy and I want potentially 1% more that I'm missing out of taking profit here in that area. So I prefer to be not as greedy as some other people and don't care about 1.2%, even if on my current trade that makes a difference of 36%. I will not care because on the way up I make so much money. So I will gonna show it to you, so my entry is here right now. If I get out at 85, so we're talking about 21% that I'm making here to the upside on 30x leverage. So that means I'm looking at 640% more or less. Do I really care about another 30%? If I made 640%, it does not matter anymore. I rather take my money and run. And of course, I trail my stop loss along the way up. I rather take the 640% that I made instead of waiting for another 30% and potentially then start to lose more money on the way down if we see a quick move to the downside instead of having taken profit here and tried to take profit here. So that's my thought process, why I want to take profit a little bit earlier before we reach the target. So if you want to take that trade, you see here, that is another indication why that level is so important that I just mentioned. It's just a little bit lower here for the inverse head and shoulders pattern. $71,341 is the level to watch here. And if you want to enter this trade, your stop loss would be at $66,400 approximately. I know that is quite a big stop loss, so you should not over leverage yourself. If you're not trading on cross, use like 5x leverage, so because that is a steep drop, so that's 8% or something. Yeah, almost 7%. 5x leverage, it's okay, it's 35%, more or less to the downside against 100% move to the upside. So risk to reward is 1 to 3. And that's absolutely fine. I would not risk anything more, So unless you have a ratio of like 1 to 20 to your capital, so 1 is the amount that you want to put in a position, let's say $10, but you have $200 on your account, for to trade this on cross. Because there you can most likely not get liquidated, even if you trade on 25x, So it's highly unlikely your liquidation price will be like $48,000 or something like that. So highly unlikely that it gets hit, So only in that scenario, I would recommend that you use something like cross. But otherwise, stick to like 5x leverage on this trade here. Because I don't want to promote that you over leverage yourself here with crazy numbers in terms of leverage. The liquidation levels, also here we see a new concentration of mid to over leveraged short positions that are building up here in the area of $70,300 to $71,400. Here also some over leveraged long positions. I'm not quite sure if I would completely rule out that we're going to see one more flush here to liquidate all these longs and then go up. But actually, honestly, guys, I think it's quite unlikely, So just for the case, that is like a 5% drop for Bitcoin right now to the downside. And there's so much momentum building up right now to go to the upside that unless something crazy is happening in the market, I don't believe that we're going to see this flush here. To take out these levels. I rather lean to the possibility that we go up first and liquidate everything here to the upside. And you also see this here on a liquidation heat map over the last 24 hours. Once we're tapping here $70,500, we are triggering a short liquidation again with a cascade moving to the upside once we are above that. And the same goes if we would tap into here $68,500. Also here we would then trigger a long liquidation to the downside, most likely slightly back to like $67,700, where we just were, I think, yesterday. On the 12-hourly chart, still the level first that we need to watch here remains the golden ratio that we need to reclaim and flip into support. We tried it yesterday and failed. When we moved over $70,000, we got hammered down from this point again. And then today, when we came up and tried again to stay within the golden ratio, we got hammered down. So if we are not doing this in the next 24 hours, we might come back here into this green area to find here one more time support and gain momentum from here to push to the upside. So you might get a better entry if we are coming one more time down. If we are not coming down, the first entry for your position to the upside would be then above $69,500, and above that $71,500, $71,500. These are the three levels for your dollar cost average entry into a new Bitcoin long position. I also want to have a look here on the order book heat map, because that can give us quite a good clue where the imminent resistance is sitting. So you see here's quite a big block in that area. Here is 150 Bitcoins, approximately 170 Bitcoins sitting in this area here of $69,500. That's why I'm saying wait for that we're breaking through this, because here are big sell orders stacked for the time being. It doesn't mean that we have to, that these orders will get triggered when we reach the price. It is also highly possible that these are spoof orders and will get pulled before we are actually tapping into this. So, and when these orders get pulled, what is going to happen? There's no resistance anymore. Price snaps to the upside. So that's why you have to take it with a little bit of grain of salt. The same goes with support levels to the downside. So now the underlying support level, the strongest one, is at $68,600. Once we're losing that, we would risk dropping to like $68,500 and below that. So here, yeah, actually the strongest level here right now on this chart. Can I not scroll this? I can. Okay. Perfect. I didn't know that I can scroll this, so that makes it easier. Now it's getting distorted again. I had this problem earlier. Okay. So here, the next strongest support levels based on the order book are $68,500 and $68,300. Lose these levels and we go back under $67,000. On the daily chart, we got our breakout, like I mentioned yesterday, and tested here our resistance, the big resistance at $70,300 and $71,400. We got rejected from there, but today's candle is not looking that bad. And overall, the indicators are also telling me that here's still more upside left for us in Bitcoin. When I look here at the stochastic RSI, so much more room to go here to the upside, and the same on the MACD. The MACD is about to print a buy signal for us. And once we're getting this buy signal by tomorrow, we should see another retest of the $70,600, $71,400 level. The target of that symmetrical triangle here on this daily chart remains $73,900 approximately. Also on the 4-hourly chart, here you see exactly what I meant yesterday. I told you guys I was not happy with the point where we were breaking out here out of that symmetrical triangle. Remember, I said to you guys, the best moment where I would like to see that break, or between here, that is the perfect window. We were at the beginning of the breakout window, and as you can see, when we are breaking out directly at the beginning of that window, we came back into the symmetrical triangle. Here, of course, really positive for us that we are holding the EMA ribbon, but the EMA ribbon is also contracting right now, so that is not good. We need price breaking out here out of that symmetrical triangle in the next couple of hours, let's say in the next 24 to 36 hours. And the EMA ribbon starting to widening up here once again while we are getting this breakout. And also quick reminder, that target here for this symmetrical triangle was, if we would break out here, $74,800 approximately. So the longer it takes for a breakout, the more diminished will be the technical target. So, but it will be always around $74,000, more or less, or a little bit above that. On the Bollinger Bands, here, same thing what I mentioned yesterday. Told you when we are getting close out. Or basically when we jump out of the Bollinger Band with the candles, we will come back into the Bollinger Band, test the middle band of it, and then continue to trend to the upside. That's basically what we experienced here today, where we came back to $68,600 approximately. So, and now over the next couple hours, you're going to see we have already here a directional move of the middle band to the upside. That usually continues for a while. So as long as the price is holding above the middle band, we're going to see that this kind of trajectory, which will put pressure on Bitcoin to move above $69,500. And from there, we start triggering different levels to move here into our first initial target of this trade of $74,500. Don't forget, if you want to trade anywhere, trade with me together on BYBIT. There you still get $30,000 for using the link down below here, or on Margex without any KYC. Also on BLOFIN, you still get $300 for depositing almost no money. It's such a small amount, claim your $300. And otherwise go to FAIRDESK. There also you still get $120,000. All with these links here down below. I negotiated these deals for you guys, so make use of it. And you also support the channel by using one of these links if you are trading, guys. So now let's talk about the Bitcoin dominance, because we did for a couple of days not talk about that. So here also positive developments. You see here compared to the Bitcoin chart, the white line, the horizontal line here is acting as resistance, as I was explaining it a while back, and also the downward sloping trend line is acting as support. So we are squeezed here basically in a broadening broadening descending wedge. So that's what it is. If I draw here a line like this. And at the same time, the dominance has now, if we close today's candle as it is here on the dominance, successfully retested the upward sloping prior support line and is retesting this right now as resistance. So once that is confirmed today, expect the dominance to break further to the downside and see the start of the major altcoin season. I know I said this before, but we are getting here left, right, and center some glimpses of an altcoin season, but we are not yet in a full-fledged altcoin season. So this is still about to happen. Trust me, what you see in meme coins, it's nothing right now. So let's look back in 10 months what happened in the meantime. So it will be insane, guys. So here we need only to break under the 54% level. And once we are breaking the 52% level, trust me, guys, that's where the real altcoin season is starting. But you will already make here with me together so much money between here and down here that you think we are living in the matrix and it must be a money glitch. Now the USDT dominance is also falling to the downside. We were expecting that the 4.5% level is holding as resistance, and that's exactly the case here. And we only want to see now a further decline, because the more that we decline it to the downside, the more money is getting into crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else, and is propping up the market for us. So here we actually want to see a further decline to the downside. And again, once we're breaking under 4.3%, that will be the moment where we are creating a new all-time high in Bitcoin, and most likely also in Ethereum. The Ethereum price is still in its price range that we were talking about now for a couple of days. The green zone is still acting as resistance, this area. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 times in the last 5 days. So that just shows you how crucial this level is acting as a key level to break to the upside to finally move here above $4,000. So is there a potential that we come back into the golden ratio to gain momentum? Yes. Also, because here is still a really big fair value gap, so here's a gap from 3,100 to like 3,420. I'm not saying it has to get filled, but it's there, so it's teasing us with the potential that we could go all the way down to fill it and then only go up, so again, I don't put a lot of merit to it that's going to happen, but I just want you to be aware of it. For the time being, you can put some orders there, some limit orders, just put them there and stack them like this, so just in case if for some weird reason we come down there, because that will be a once in a lifetime opportunity to get Ethereum for quite a while that cheap, so I also have some orders there. You can remove them once we're breaking above 3,800. Yeah, let it be 3,900. Once we're breaking that level, you can remove these orders. Then Phantom has confirmed the break of the downward sloping trend line. So right now is a good moment to enter Phantom if you don't have a position yet. So I have a Phantom position opened around exactly the current price, more or less. So that's where my Phantom position was entered today. I think I have to update the YouTube spreadsheet. Yesterday. I opened it yesterday at this price. So yes, so it's here on the spreadsheet, guys. Again, if we are breaking the next downward sloping trend line, the dashed one here, then I expect a massive pump here to the upside, potentially into 90 cents, 95 cents in one go from Phantom. Because here, remember, this is going on now for almost 3 months that we are here in this downward sloping trend. Once that trend is completely broken, trust me, you're going to see a massive candle to the upside that is basically screaming, I have to break free, so that's what's going to happen here. So if you're not in a Phantom position yet, that might be a good moment to enter. Then here, COTI, I got stopped out earlier in this red candle. That's where I got out. Just because I saw that we are running out of steam in terms of indicators and that we might retrace a little bit. So I will get another chance to enter COTI, for example, here at that level, and then just re-enter that with the profits that I made on top of it. So my position is bigger then, and I have a better entry money-wise, I have a bigger position size than I had before. That's the point I wanted to make. So I have a bigger position size, go to the same target, and will make more money because of that. Because of that fact. So that is one way how you can trade. I know some other traders trade differently, but that's just my way of trading. Because if for some weird reason we fall through that level here, and I would have held the position, I potentially round trip my whole profit that I made. I don't want to do that. That's why I took profit when we were in this resistance area. If you want to take profit, you're not too late, because my filled price was around the current price where we are sitting at right now. But I'm looking to open a new position, like I said, around the 13 cents 8 level. If we are finding support there, so that is the next level. So, but it must coincide with what I see in indicators here on the 4-hourly chart and the lower time frames that I come to this conclusion. Just watch the spreadsheet. I'm gonna put it in the spreadsheet if I open a new position, guys. Then Solana will see a major break to the upside once we are breaking this downward sloping trend. The indicators are all setting up for this massive break here on the daily. See, we got yesterday our buy signal. We are printing lighter red candles. The candles were overall all the time pretty small. And these RSI is also starting to creep here to the upside. So I expect here a break in the next 48 hours for most of all coins across the market. Could be coincided by a big move from Bitcoin where we move like 3, 4, 5% in one single candle. So watch out for that because that move, once it's going to happen, it will happen really fast and you will not expect that kind of move. So you need to have your orders in place. And your alerts also on that you are able to catch that. The next one was near. near also still here in that nice buy zone, you know. So again, I'm already a long time in near. I should start to dollar cost average down. But I'm only going to do that when we get back into the golden ratio here, because we are now under the golden ratio. It looks like that we are about to bottom out finally today. So, but I want to see here a reclaim of like $7.35, $7.40 before I'm going to add to my position. The targets still remain the same as I mentioned the last time. And another coin that I want to potentially add to the positions that I'm trading is with. So, but here with I'm actually waiting for Solana to make a move, because once Solana makes a move, with will also make its move. Here on the daily chart, we still have 2 free days of potential downwards movement based on the stochastic RSI. Doesn't mean that we have to go down 2 free days, but just here is room to go down for another 2 free days before we could see a reversal. But I believe if we are getting here to $3.12, $3.13, the reversal might come at that point, and that's one of the levels where I start building a with position, and that position I'm going to hold to at least $4, $4.50-ish, with a stop loss here at around $2.84. Guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you could take away something from this. Something else I want to mention, if you watch until the end of this video, there is something massively coming for the channel. I cannot talk about it just yet, but in 2-3 weeks you're going to see a massive change here, and it will benefit you, not me, but you. I spread today an Easter egg. Because you don't know what it is, you will not most likely not find it, but go and try to find it and let me know in the comments what it is, you know. So I said something that I never said before on the channel. Let's see if you can find it and post it in the comments. And until then, don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna see you then again tomorrow.